Hey there, thank you so much for joining me for this video on why to use crystals and how to work with them and how to choose them and all things crystals. That's right, these shiny little rocks, they're so beautiful, actually all have healing properties. So in some sense, they're kind of magical and they're tools. And why we haven't been taught more about them, maybe you have, but I hadn't been, is kind of bizarre to me because now that I've been using them in my daily life, I just feel like I couldn't live without them. So each crystal actually has its own healing property, as I was saying. So, for example, this is a piece of rose quartz. And of course, it's wonderful for attracting love, but it's also wonderful for finding self love, for healing any grief or shame in your heart, and for adding compassion and empathy to your life or a situation. It also brings in a softness, a gentleness that perhaps you're needing. This one is a piece of amethyst. And amethyst is wonderful for a meditation practice. It's wonderful for connecting in with your intuition and strengthening it and getting the messages that really, really want to be shared with you by the universe. I wouldn't suggest sleeping near a lot of crystals, although some people put them under their pillow. Like this one might be good for your dream time, but I wouldn't have too many nearby because they can kind of interrupt your sleep because they actually have messages. That's right. They talk a little bit. Maybe not so much through the sound that we can hear, but there's like a different frequency, a different vibration that they're all running on that we can actually pick up on should we pay attention. So the first thing I remember when I was first learning about crystals, they told me, okay, choose your crystal, you got your crystal, now connect in with it. And someone said to hold it to my third eye, which is located on, between your eyes here on the brow bone, and just take a deep breath and say, hello, my name is Rebecca. What's your name? What is your message? And then just trust whatever comes up. Now, if that seems completely zany to you, because it seemed a little like to me, I like to be a little more down to earth with these things, I think. Use them more for the properties they might have. So, for example, this can be a very protective stone. It might be very grounding. It might be something that you want to have in your house. You might want to have certain crystals at your front door because they bring in a clean energy or they brighten the atmosphere. Again, if you want love and harmony around you, perhaps you have more rose quartz in your house, or you wear more rose quartz. Also, other crystals, they all again have different properties. So they might be uplifting, they might be calming, they might help you to relieve your anxiety or ground your energy so you're not like spiraling out. Perhaps you've been out with a bunch of people and everyone is really wired up and you get home and you're like still carrying all of that energy. Maybe you grab one of your crystals and connect with it and it helps you to soothe and come back to you, right? So they all have different properties and they all have different uses. I often use them in my sessions, my readings, my tarot card readings with clients. So I'll intuitively choose a few crystals for that person. And you just go with, the ones that catch my eye. Oh, which one should I use today? Yep, that one. I almost hear them saying, like, come grab me. Come grab me. I know that might sound nutty, but it's true. And I'll usually start off with talking a bit about the healing properties and then often different messages come through. It's almost like I can use a physical thing to connect in with the energies of the messages that want to be shared through spirit. And it's really cool. And of course, it's all about believing, right? If you believe in it, then it's possible. If you don't believe in it, then this isn't going to work for you. But keep wearing them and having them around your house because they're shiny and pretty and and they also might help a lot. Okay, how can you choose a crystal? How do you choose the crystal that's right for you? Well, you can buy them, metaphysical stores, maybe some bookshops, gift shops. Perhaps you go to a crystal trade show. Also, maybe you find them. Like I live down here in Costa Rica, so I've found several on the beach. I've even found them walking down the road. I mean, they're rocks, right? They're rocks. A lot of these have been tumbled. I think it's called tumbling, where they, put them around and around and around until they're like shiny and not so raw and rough. And then, of course, they've been cut and shaped and, you know, but you can find them just in the raw form, and they're going to work the exact same way, and they're just as special. The beaches near me have a lot of red jasper and yellow jasper, which is very calming and protective and grounding and even nurturing. So I enjoy having those energies around me, especially on a beach walk. What's interesting about crystals is I find they often choose you. So you might, again, be gifted one, or perhaps when you go into that store, that trade shop, maybe you have in mind, like I've gone in before and I was like, I need to get a new amethyst. I want to buy a new amethyst. And then my eye just keeps getting pulled over to this green stone over there. Oh, green aventurine. Interesting. Often the stores will have an explanation on the properties for each crystal. And then I read it and I'm like, oh my God, that's exactly what I need right now. So really trust in that as well. Trust in your intuitive abilities. If you feel really attracted to a certain stone, then that's probably the stone that you're most needing at this time. Also, what's interesting is we lose these little suckers, right? I mean, you can get much smaller ones, little pebbles. You can also get, of course, much bigger ones that I hope you don't lose those ones. But I do know that they seem, and I've noticed anyway, that they seem to go missing at times or they break. Maybe you drop it, maybe it just, breaks in your hand, which seems crazy because it's a rock and it's very hard. Different energies affect them. Different temperatures affect them. And also, maybe they've done their job. If you've lost it, then you don't need that crystal anymore. It's done what it needed to do. Or perhaps it wasn't recharged. And so it just kind of, the energy or healing abilities kind of fizzled out, so to speak. So that's something else that's really important. Cleansing and clearing your crystals after utilizing them. Or, for example, when you walk into a room or a new building and you can feel the energy. So either it feels great and warm and cozy, or maybe it feels kind of cold and, closed off, or dark and damp and there's the physical temperature and stuff, but there's also this sense of maybe you walk in a room and you feel very uncomfortable, right? Crystals all have these kind of feelings as well. So if you pick one up and it doesn't feel great to you, either it's not for you or maybe it just needs to be cleansed and charged. So you can charge them in the moonlight. The full moon is a wonderful time to put your crystals out and allow them all to be cleansed with the moonlight. Many of them can also go in the sunlight. It's also really great for charging them up. Just like, when you feel kind of meh, and then you go out and you sit in the sun or you see the bright blue sky and you just feel better. These guys do too. We're all connected, right? Also, another great thing is you can sage them. You can get sage or Palo Santo. You can clap really hard around them. And that will also clear the energies. You can ask for your guides or archangels to help you to cleanse and clear these little rocks and shiny baubles. And another thing you can do is you might want to wash them or put them in water. Now, make sure you Google that first, because certain crystals can't go in salt water. It'll damage them or cause them to kind of dissolve more and stuff. So just really look into that before you choose to do that. But often people take baths or have a little, dish on your table with crystals in it. So they're great for that. Now, let's also talk about, we talked a little bit about it already, how to use them. You can wear them. You can display them in your home. You can carry them in your pocket. Maybe you stick it in your bra if you're one of those people, or your underwear. A lot of people like to use them again for meditation. for decoration. There's certain crystals that will keep you safe and protected while you're traveling. So those might be good ones to have. There's also ones that, again, are great for grounding and protecting you, so you might want to have those with you. Perhaps you have a public speaking event to do, so you might want to grab a crystal that's going to give you the courage and the ability to clearly speak your thoughts, or share your communicate the way you're feeling, put it into words. Sometimes it's like sometimes it's confusing to be able to put words to our emotions. So there's certain crystals that are actually great with that. There's also ones that are actually great for your health. They're going to help your blood so that it flows the way it's supposed to flow. It's going to help your mind to calm, ground your nervous system, right? Calm things, balance. So they all have these wonderful little properties, and I highly, highly suggest you start using them. Maybe you just get one or two and you have them around you. Maybe you chat with them. Maybe you ask them if they have any messages, or maybe you just enjoy looking at them. Maybe they just make you feel good. You can even ask them for messages. I think I mentioned that already. But, it's what you believe. So use them to the way that they feel best for you. And, I hope this video helped. If you have any questions, please go ahead and comment below. Tell me about crystals you already have. If you have any questions about certain crystals and I know the answers, I'd be happy to help you with those. But get out there and try something new if this is new to you. If you already know, more than I do about crystals, then please tell me more about that below. I'd love to hear from you. I always like to learn more. And how do you use them? What ways do they help you? Do you carry them with you? Do you wear them as, earrings or a necklace? Do you display them in your home? Maybe you're starting to use them in art pieces. I've been noticing crystals coming in different types of art pieces and decor. And you can get really big crystals. That's my dream, to have them all around my house. Maybe they're in your garden. Find the ways that feel best for you. And just use them, right? Crystals, crystals, rah, rah, rah. Crystals, crystals, ha, ha. Hey, I love crystals. Do you? Yeah, I know. I'm a little silly, but why not? Why be so serious? So sending you guys so much love. Thank you so much for joining my video. Please go ahead and subscribe. There's a little button in the corner there that you can just hit, or there's a subscribe button down below. All my details are down below. If you're ready for an intuitive crystal reading or tarot card reading, please reach out. I'd love to connect in with you and share the messages and guidance and clarity or confirmations that come through. And practice. Practice makes perfect. Perhaps you have a little daily ritual and you connect in with your crystals, or maybe you use them for your meditation practice. Just go with what feels best for you and leave the rest behind, all right? So again, if you have any questions, please reach out. Otherwise, thank you for joining me, and please follow me as well on all my social media channels. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and of course here on YouTube. All those details are down below as well. And I'm so grateful to be offering these videos to you. So please like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of my other upcoming videos. Sending you guys so much love. Take care, and don't forget to trust the effing process.